A very good morning to all of you and welcome to the session, the Hindu editorial analysis for proficiency in English. As usual, let us start with the snippets, but at the outset, I have a sore throat. I may sound a little different, and please bear with that. The very first one, joint operation. 15 Maoists killed in Jharkhand encounter. Encounter, something like confrontation between the police and the culprits, usually. Sometimes the Naxals. We use the word encounter, a simple word, nothing to learn as such based on this snippet. Let us go to the second one, high altitude accident. Altitude, attitude, confusing words. Altitude goes with geography. Attitude goes with an individual. High altitude, low altitude. When you go up the mountain, you come across, we use the expression high altitude. It talks about high altitude accident, army truck falls into gorge. There's one important word here. Gorge means a valley between mountains, two mountains or rocks. And usually in between you have a water body. That is called a gorge. What exactly the accident? What is it about? Army truck falls into gorge, killing 10 soldiers in Jammu and Kashmir. Very unfortunate incident. Because of this accident, 10 soldiers got killed. Coming to the next one, excise policy case, Kejriwal acquitted for skipping ED summons. There are two important words. One is acquitted. Skipping also you can consider, but the other one is summons. Yes, plunge, dive. What is the other word? Okay, good, I appreciate that. Aspirant. Coming to acquit, I have given many a time. You should think of, yes, Vishnu, very good. When you think of mountains, you should think of trekking. Hiking goes with lowland areas, trekking goes with mountain regions. And also, you should think of mountaineering, all related words. Coming to acquit, it is a legal term. Whenever there is a case, someone files a case, the person is called, the person is called, I have given many a time. Acquit, convict, person is innocent, then the person is acquitted. Person is found guilty, then we use the word convict. Convict, verb form. Convict, noun form. Spelling is the same. Pronunciation changes. And when it comes to trial, court case, trial, witness, evidence, alibi, verdict, plaintiff, that is a word. Very good, aspirant. All these words should be at your fingertips. Skip means to avoid. To avoid something, we can use the word skip. Skip can be a noun, can be a verb. Here it is used, skipping, for doing something. Verb ing form sometimes used as a noun, that is called a gerund. This is an important word. You may ask me why. Summons, it can be summon verb, summons noun, and it looks plural, but summons is singular. What is a plural? Summonses. That is very important from the exam point of view. You have to know that. If you are not aware of the plural form, you may think this is a plural form, but this is singular form. Do remember. Coming to the next one, parley. Please excuse me. Parley means a deep discussion. You can also think of the word deliberations. Trump's push for Greenland and future of NATO. This is an acronym. North Atlantic Treaty Organization. What is the difference between an acronym and an abbreviation? When you take the first two letters of different words and form a word, that is called an acronym. When you take the first two letters of different words and pronounce every letter, that is called abbreviation. For example, BBC, British Broadcasting Corporation, that is an abbreviation. NATO, we have formed a word, that is an acronym. Future of NATO, Does the threat signal an end to the alliance? Alliance goes with used at the time of war. Some countries join hands. We use the word ally, alliance, and it also goes with parties, political parties. We have got many a time. Coming to the next one goes with cricket. Defiant stance. There are two words you have to know here. Defy means to challenge, to say no. Defy, that is a verb form. Please excuse me. And a stance here means a stand taken by someone, a person, a country, could be anything for that matter. Bangladesh firm or not playing in India. So, what is that stand that has defied something? Not decided not to play in India. It talks about that. You all know T20 coming up, World Cup. Coming to the headlines, tension rises in Manipur after Meitei man is abducted, killed. There are two words over here you should focus on. One is arises, rise, rose, risen. We have got many a time. Raise, raised, raised. One is an irregular verb, intransitive verb. The other one is a regular verb and a transitive verb. It can take an object. For example, raise the standards. That's a transitive verb. And abduct here, it means to kidnap someone. Abduct means what? Kidnap. When it comes to kidnapping, you should think of someone has been kidnapped, the kidnapper demands money. And what is the word for that? A ransom. RANSOM. Ransom means the money demanded by the kidnapper. You should also think of Stockholm Syndrome. What is Stockholm Syndrome? Sometimes a person who gets kidnapped, usually a woman or a girl, falls in love with the kidnapper. Why? Nobody knows. That phenomenon is known as Stockholm Syndrome. Coming to the next one, Governor walks out after two-line speech to Karnataka legislature. Walk out of a conference, a meeting, something like a gathering. Mugging. Why mugging here? Vishnu. Based on crime, kidnap, mugging, chain snatching, homicide, perhaps related words you must have thought. There's nothing to learn as such. Here you have a very appealing picture, divine form, divinity related to God, sacred, holy, divine, devotional, divine form, cultural outreach. An artist performs Theyyam, a ritual art form of northern Kerala, during an event in Bengaluru on Thursday. So it goes with Indian culture. Usually we say east or west, Indian culture is the best. Have you heard of that any time? Coming to the next one, is SIR process about illegal immigration asks top court. Here there's one word, immigration. As a casual learner, you look at that, you move on. As a smart learner, excuse me, as a smart learner, you think of all the related words. Migrate, large number of people leave a particular country, exodus. Going out, emigration. Coming in, immigration. Then refugees, political asylum, political shelter. Then prejudice, bias, persecution, diaspora. All the words you have to recollect. Coming to the next one, India absent as Trump rolls out Board of Peace with 19 nations attending. They have floated, the US has floated Board of Peace, and 19 nations have joined. India hasn't joined yet. It talks about that. Today's editorial also, today's editorial is also about this. Coming to the other snippets, here we have Trump calls off tariff threat to 8 countries. Call off means cancel. Usually it goes with a meeting, a match. The match has been called off. The meeting has been called off. Cancel, you can say. And tariff threat, when you see the word tariffs, impose, levy, these words you have to recollect. Nicobar tribals allege coercion to surrender land. Allege comes from the word allegation. Allege is a verb form, allegation, noun form. And here, coercion, an important word. It means using force. Coerce means to use force. Important word. Surrender, already we have got many a time. Surrender, you have to think of yield, give in. These words should pop up. Net FDI remains negative for the fourth month. Net FDI, foreign direct investment, remains negative, it seems, for the fourth month. Not good news. India EU agree to ink new defense and security pact. Here, ink means to write, to go in for some sort of understanding or contract or agreement. A new pact, a new agreement, a new contract, accord also you can say. Very good. I guess that is the last one. Oh no. Blasted plant in Chhattisgarh leaves 6 dead. Some blast Chhattisgarh leaves 6 dead. Died. A dead man, a dead person. Here it is adjective. Die is a verb. That's all from the front page. I don't know whether I'll be able to do this or not because I have a sore throat, but I will give it a try. Editorial analysis. It is all about a new charter. What is the meaning of charter? Imagine a sovereign country gives a written grant to establish a city, a university, or something that is known as a charter. It's all about that. A piece of board. You cannot understand. But when you see the word peace, you should think of PIECE, peace, and also PEACE, peace. They both come under confusing words. India must eschew, an important word. We have a few important words. Eschew means to avoid something, abstain from, refrain from. These two words, abstain, refrain, they take the preposition from. And here, same meaning. Avoid something. Eschew temptation. Avoid temptation to be a part of Trump's peace board. Trump has floated, in a way, the US has floated a peace board. Peace board, Trump's peace board. The writer says India should be careful, should avoid rather temptation to be part of that peace board. A categorical statement, a clear stand taken by the editorial. But why should India avoid eschew? When you read the editorial, you understand. India on Thursday skipped, means avoided, did not attend, skipped the US President Donald Trump led Board of Peace BOP charter. This is what I was talking about. Charter. Charter has many meanings. In this context, it is like a particular body given or formed or established based on a special written grant. Charter announcement held in Davos, although the government is said to be still discussing the invitation to Prime Minister Narendra Modi to join it. India hasn't joined it and hasn't joined yet, present perfect. We should use the word yet at the end of the sentence. Still contemplating, thinking, considering. What could be the reason behind? The BOP is part of the Trump administration's phase 2 of the Gaza peace proposal, which is also meant to help resolve the Israel-Palestine conflict through talks on a two-state solution. We have got many a time. What is the meaning of resolve? To find a solution. We have the noun form resolution. That has a different meaning. Resolve the problem means sort out the problem. It goes with what is the backdrop information or background information. You all know October 23rd, October 7th, 2023, Hamas attacked Israel and took some Israelis as what? Hostages. I will consider who is this. I will consider Raju. Please listen to the analysis. And after that, Israel bombarded that region. Excuse me. Bombarded that region, and the impact of that bombardment, 70,000 Palestinians got killed, among them about 20,000 children. That is a backdrop. So the US is trying to find a peace solution. US Trump administration's phase 2 of the Gaza peace proposal, which is also meant to help resolve the Israel-Palestine conflict through talks on a two-state solution. This was cleared unanimously. There is one important word, unanimously. What is the meaning of unanimous? The word has been used, genocide, Vishnu. Unanimous means without any opposition. Cleared unanimously by the UN Security Council, Russia and China abstained. Abstain means to keep away from something, to be absent in this context. In November 2025, after an Israel-Hamas ceasefire, many of our students know what are the synonyms: ceasefire, peace, armistice, truce. All these words should pop up immediately. There are some reasons for India to seriously consider joining the BOP, as about 20 countries already have. About 20 countries have already joined. India also has reasons to consider and to join the particular body. But some reservations are there. India has been a principled supporter of the Palestinian cause and a consistent provider of humanitarian assistance. And this could be an opportunity to help the brutalized Palestinian population. There's one important word here, brutalized. What is the meaning of brutal? Killed brutally means cruelly. In a very cruel manner, people get killed. We use the word brutal killings. We also use the word massacre. What is the meaning of massacre? Kill large number of people. Kill large number of people in a brutal way. Palestinian population got brutalized, and India has been provided humanitarian assistance. India has been pro-Palestinian. The decision by the UAE, Saudi Arabia, Israel, and Turkey to join may put pressure on the Modi government. Already 20 governments, 20 countries have joined, and that may put pressure on India also. The rupture in US-India ties. I'm sure all of you know the word rupture. When it comes to relations, two countries, two persons, two organizations, two companies, between those two, there's a discord, no harmonious relationship, something goes wrong, we use the word a rupture. You all know between the US and India, the rupture, one of the reasons, the tariffs imposed by Trump's administration. The rupture in US-India ties and fragility of trade. Many of you know the meaning of the word fragile. Fragile means what? Delicate. And you should also recollect the word brittle. Brittle, subtle difference, easily broken. Glass, eggshells. Fragile ecosystem means delicate. Fragility of trade negotiations may be another cause not to rebuff. Rebuff means suddenly ignore someone or something. Suddenly or abruptly, you ignore someone, you move away from someone, rebuff. Mr. Trump's invitation now, as it may invoke his ire. Invoke his ire. Two words. Invoke has two different meanings. One goes with religion and appealing to gods. Second one goes with legal dimension. It has legal dimension to make a particular law, to bring it into force. And here invoke, cause, His ire. Ire means anger. What is the meaning of that word? Anger. Trump may become angry. It talks about that. Second part of the editorial, neither pragmatism, an important expression here, but I'm sure many of you know either or, neither nor. You can also say either, neither. And pragmatic means what? Practical. Neither pragmatism nor principle dictates taking such a decision in haste. That means we should not take decisions in haste. There is a saying in English. What is it? Haste makes waste. Hasty steps means doing things in a hurry. Hesitate, taking own time. Hasty, trying to do things in a hurry. However, and a country of India's standing cannot act based on the fear of missing out on a position of influence or punishment by the US. The writer is telling India should take some time, assess the pros and cons, only then take the final call. Even though the UN has backed the US's original plans, the BOP's latest structure and mandate appear to have been unilaterally altered. Initially something, but later they modified. Unilaterally means without taking anyone's others' consent or approval. It does not actually mention Gaza according to leaked versions of the charter. It doesn't mention Gaza, it seems. The problem is about that region. Mr. Trump has appointed himself as chairman with friends and family on the executive board, and the charter proposes to extend the BOP to other conflict resolution ventures, suggesting that it would seek to supplant means to go beyond something, to replace one meaning and also supersede another meaning. Supplant the UN. It may take over, it may go above the UN. That's what it means in this context. Second, while the board will appoint Palestinian technical experts, it does not include the Palestinian leadership. It is supposed to involve the Palestinian leadership, but it does not. On the other hand, an affront means offense, an important word. Affront means what? Offense. Job seekers, yes. Kith and kin, very good. An affront, an offense to countries that have recognized Palestine. That Mr. Netanyahu accused of genocide. Here we have the word genocide. SSC bank exams have given many a time. What is the meaning of genocide? Kill people of a particular race or community. Either race or community, you keep killing, then we use the word genocide. What happened in that region amounts to genocide. Accused of genocide by UN agencies should be included, but not the Palestinian president, adds to that injustice. What the sentence says, they should not include Netanyahu because he was accused of genocide. On the other hand, they should include Palestinian leadership, not Israeli leadership. For India, Pakistan's decision to join the board is a red flag. There are some reasons why India has to wait and take the final call. One of the reasons, Palestinian leadership not given due importance. And the second one, Pakistan is willing to join. That marks a red flag, something important to be considered, particularly if Mr. Trump decides to include the Kashmir dispute to the BOP's peace plans. Then it gets a little complicated, obviously. The BOP's two-tier membership, offering permanent membership for a fee of $1 billion, is another red flag, another problem. A country wants to take membership, it seems a two-tier membership, the format, and they should. Permanent membership, they have to shell out $1 billion, that is another issue. It would also be difficult for India to cavil. Cavil, an important word we have got for the first time. Make petty objections. You make petty objections or silly objections, we use the word cavil. It would also be difficult for India to cavil at its troops joining the International Stabilization Force a non UN initiative. All these are problems. Without clarity, members will only be rubber stamps to Mr. Trump's arbitrary. There are two words here. One is rubber stamps. Trump's arbitrary and often illegitimate diktats on the future of Palestine. Three important words. He is a rubber stamp, means looks like he has the power, but in reality, he or she doesn't have the power. Then we say he plays a role of a rubber stamp, does not have the power in the real sense. And arbitrary, an important word, based on whims and fancies, not based on reasoning, not based on rationality. Decisions are taken based on whims and fancies. We use the word arbitrary. And the next one, illegitimate diktats. Diktat means an order, a doctrine, order. Usually we use the word order. On the future of Palestine, how does it end? New Delhi must continue to consult partners on the best way forward, particularly the Palestinians, even as it keeps its own independent council. The writer suggests India should consult others, especially Palestinians, though India has its own council. How does it end? Above all, India must listen to its own conscience, must listen to its own conscience, not conscience, conscience. Something tells you what is right, what is wrong. That is your conscience. And here must, two functions. One, to express personal obligations. Second one, to say or convey something is compulsory. That's all about today's editorial. And some important words are there we have got for the first time. Try to spend some time on those important words. Otherwise, not important from bank exams point of view, SSC point of view. There is a possibility they may give a passage based on this new entity, new organization, which may supersede or supplant the UN, United Nations. Thank you. Have